over a year since I've actually posted on this YouTube channel. I've had some people request me to have some new videos, but yeah, I guess it's finally time. This has been a super weird year for everyone, really. COVID-19 220. Yeah, I don't know what to say. My whole rodeo year has been pretty much screwed up. There is some rodeos going on in the States right now, a few, but it's kind of tricky to get across the border, and then you have to quarantine for 2 weeks when you get back. So it's just a little tricky for me with my clients and stuff to be able to go do that. And at the same time, COVID rates are rising. Whether that's truth or not, I have no idea. But I do have a good friend who his family she's lost a lot of family members due to COVID. So, you know, it can be pretty serious. That being said, I believe the last time I talked would have been early June of 2019, and I had kind of gotten to the point where I was burnt out from driving long miles, working my ass off, and pretty much, yeah, burning candles at both ends. I'd like to say I've learned from that, but I can honestly say I haven't. I'm kind of in the same state I was, probably more so than I was then. I think I'm just dealing with it a lot better. So anyways, going back onto last year, by the time I got burnt out, I kind of went into self-induced depression. As many of you know, I have an ongoing bout with depression. This year's been pretty good for the most part, but last year kind of coincided with me overworking myself, driving too much, and trying to rodeo. Then on top of that, my dad being sick with cancer, and after I came home, I actually, my dad was in the hospital for about a month, and then he decided he wanted to come home when he was actually supposed to go to hospice, because the hospital pretty much said, you know, had given up on him and said that, you know, this was the end. So anyways, I made the decision to stay home, not rodeo, and help look after my dad till he passed. So he passed on August 22nd last year. It was a tough go. I was there, my sister and I were there by his side when he passed. It was pretty crazy because I was holding his hand. My sister had noticed he was kind of breathing funny, and there was like delays in his breathing, and I said, it's okay, Dad. I put my hand up in his head and I said, it's okay, Dad, we're gonna be okay, you know. And literally he passed moments after that, and yeah, and it's kind of ironic now because this is Father's Day weekend. This will be the first weekend I've had without my dad. First Father's Day I've ever had without my dad. And yeah, it's kind of hitting me hard this weekend. I always feel like he's with me. You know, he's always with me in some sense. But it's
head north on British Columbia 5 North.
Yeah, it's interesting that this is when I choose to start talking again, is when the weekend of my dad, when I previously stopped talking on YouTube because of, you know, just dealing with all my issues with my dad and you know, everything going on in general. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm starting here now. I just want to let you all know that I really appreciate everybody's support, and for being there for me when I was having a rough time with my dad and everything, my family. We had intentions of having a memorial service this year, but COVID's kind of put a damper on all that, as a lot of other family gatherings and shit like that. Let me think here. I there's so much heck happens in a year, right? So I was down in New Zealand earlier this year, and I would say how things went in New Zealand is pretty typical for how this year is going in general. So didn't go nearly as well as it had 3 years prior. I ended up getting hurt, and I was homesick over Christmas, which I never am, but I suppose it was just because of my dad being gone, you know, first Christmas him being gone, and yeah, so I came home earlier, did some family time, got back working. I decided on a whim I was going to be part of a Inked magazine competition, so I did that, and although I didn't win it, I really appreciated all the support I had from people in the you know, voting for me in the competition, because it's something I typically would not do, and it completely out of my realm. But it was really, really cool to see all the support I had from that, and I still am getting people that were asking me how I did with it, and telling me they voted, and even like, you know, extended family, friends, you know, people I would think would never vote for me, and it was pretty cool to hear all the support I had from everyone. So I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more, and I really appreciate that. The only thing I'm not missing is all the freaking creepers messaging me and deleting and blocking people, because it was freaking